Well, there's a popular podcast, Cashing In with TJ Miller. We've welcomed TJ before. There he is right there. It was sure was a memorable moment. The dribble take.
We needed several towels after that. Today we're happy to welcome TJ's colleague, a guy with a great reputation in the comedy world, and he's headlining at the Funny Bone tonight.
Yes, he is. Cash Levy, good to see you, Cash.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you for having me. It's a very strange show. When you show up, they give you a trophy.
Just for being here.
Yeah, I just had to put on some high heels and get chased through a forest. It was a lot of fun.
If you're just tuning in,
hey,
we're reflecting on a previous conversation.
And then they try to convince you to have another baby. I've never... What kind of show is this? I mean, just baby pictures all the
it's
time?
All over the place.
And then they're pressuring you. They're like, what is your problem?
What is
Why
wrong
aren't you
with
having
you?
a baby? Have a baby.
I love children. I just never...
We believe you. It's just you don't want any of your own. But that's okay. Anyway.
You have an 8-month-old.
It's fine. Yeah, my wife and I
things?
just had a baby. And it was, I mean... My wife, it was really more her than me that had the baby. Although I did get in the spirit of things. I had an epidural. And,
Did you gain any weight during the pregnancy? You hear about that?
Oh, yeah. That was the best part. You can eat whatever you want. And, you know. And my wife wanted to know the sex of the baby before it was born. Did you do that?
No, we didn't find out.
They could do that now. I didn't want to know either. You know, I figured whatever sex it was, I mean, I didn't want to pry into its personal life. I didn't want to, even after it was born, I didn't want to know.
Respect
Who am I, the
privacy.
Olympic Committee? I figured whatever sex it was, I was going to raise it as a boy. And that's what I've done. And,
Dad of the year.
Yeah.
Did you get familiar with the onesies? Because when you have a baby, you've got to understand the onesies, how to put these things on, and the snaps.
Yeah, no, I don't do a lot to help. I figure, I mean, they're not going to remember anything before their age of 5, right? So I figure I'm not going to lift a finger for about 5 years.
Your marriage
I'm not going to
should be
burn
in great
myself
shape.
out. And then about year 5, I'm going to swoop in, rested and ready, and be the super dad.
By that point, your wife will be in a mental
or the single
ward.
dad at that point where your wife's had it with you.
It's an 18-year marathon. My wife is kind of burning things at the starting line. I'm gonna pace myself, just as I did in the dash, in the high heel dash.
Your podcast, the last time you were in Omaha, didn't you and TJ do an episode from the Funny Bone?
We did a live episode of the Cashing In with TJ Miller.
How'd that podcast come about?
Well, TJ and I just kind of thought it up about 3 years ago. And we have a very loyal following of 12 and a half listeners. They call themselves the 12 and a half. Some of them have tattoos. They travel long distances to see us. And, you know, the theme of the show is that every week my guest cancels and TJ fills in. And it's a lot of fun. And TJ, you know, that spit take, that's a daily thing.
The dribble take.
That's a regular occurrence.
You two seem to get along so well. Was it instant for you when you first met him?
Yeah, we've since the moment we met in Chicago. We were working together there and really kind of hit it off.
Yeah.
And
did you meet at a club? Was it at a club?
Actually he was
on the dance floor.
I was headlining that week, and he was featuring, and I was like, who is this? You know, Sparkplug. I mean, he was really tough to try to perform after because he's just so funny. He's one of the funniest people in the world, and he's a very unique person. And what I'd like to do is recruit him to do the dash at some point. I think he would look great in high heels.
And he'd probably do it. I mean, he's kind of an anything goes.
He would. Yeah, he's pretty open to anything. So I think if we can get him back here for the dash, I think this trophy could look good on his mantle.
It's a week from yesterday. We'll get you back here.
And guess what? He also he doesn't have a baby either. So you're not alone.
He did get engaged though.
Yeah.
Recently, or a year.
Yeah, he's engaged. He's getting married, and you know the lady in charge, Colleen of the Funny Bone, she's going to be the administrator of the marriage. She is.
Is she really?
Yeah.
You're married?
She does that stuff.
Colleen Quinn, you're fabulous.
Yeah.
How did you get into comedy initially? We're running out of time here, but just what was the start like?
Well, the starting line was most people start the same way you start. You do a lot of free shows, and you figure out that you're just not well suited for it, and you quit for about 8 or 10 years. And lick your wounds, and then you realize you can't live without it. So it's
get back
You're not
in.
still doing free shows, though, are you?
No,
Okay.
no. This is my first paid show. This performance right
I
here.
love reading the critics and what they've said about you,
Yeah.
describing you as refreshing because it's unrehearsed. It's what comedy should be. So if you're new to Cash and his work, and you just like people who are naturally gifted. I feel like that's you. So you've got 2 shows tonight, 2 tomorrow, 1 on Sunday. You can call 493-8036 or visit funnyboneomaha.com to get your tickets to see him.
Thanks, Cash.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Are we the trophy? You take it with you?
Just
Or?
put this
Fit in your
up.
carry-on.
We'll also be delivering some babies during the show.